Good morning. South slammed. Severe weather wreaks havoc down south, including multiple tornadoes. This morning, a look at the damage and how people are cleaning up.
Plus, as some students head home for Easter weekend, rain will return to the forecast. Our weather team has the weekend outlook in just a few minutes.
And last hurrah, it's the final show of the semester. This morning, we're taking a walk down memory lane as some of us are saying goodbye. For one final time, get the coffee ready and open up those eyes. You're waking up with Cardinal Weather.
From Ball State Unified Media, you're waking up with a special edition of Cardinal Weather with Tanner, Michelle, Katie, Morgan, and Alicia live from the Ball State Weather Center.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being with us. I'm Tanner Holbrook.
I'm Michelle Kaufman.
And I'm Katie Parker. Thanks for joining us.
A little bittersweet on our final Friday morning at this desk, but we do have some weather to get to, and we toss that over to Morgan Strackpine. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, Tanner, Michelle, and Katie. Right now we are experiencing some showers that are moving out. You can see right now at the Scramble Light we are seeing some wetness out there, and you can see that on our radar as we see this cold front that has pushed through the state overnight. Showers are going to be lingering around today. Now current temperatures all around the state, we are definitely cooler. We are in those lower 40s, 40 up in Kokomo and Lafayette, 42 in Terre Haute and Bloomington, and we are actually feeling about 20 degrees colder here than we were yesterday morning, and that's basically what we're feeling around the state, especially down in Bloomington. They are also about 23 degrees cooler. Now I will have more about the rain potential this weekend in my full forecast coming up in a little bit.
Thanks, Morgan. Violent storms ripped through parts of the South this week. Mississippi saw winds that reached up to 100 miles per hour on Thursday. Possible tornadoes were reported around Jackson, and in Clinton, Mississippi, 2 cars were flipped on its side.
A man and his pregnant wife were inside their Texas mobile home Thursday morning when it was knocked off its foundation during a severe thunderstorm. Family members say the man was actually thrown out of his home in that storm. Both the man and the woman were hospitalized but have since been released, and this is just another reminder that straight-line winds can cause damage just as severe as a tornado.
And it wasn't a great morning for the Weather Channel. A malware attack is believed to be what caused the network to go off the air yesterday. Their morning show, AMHQ, typically goes on the air at 6 a.m. However, it wasn't until an hour later that anchors actually appeared on the show. The channel is currently covering severe spring weather threats across the country. They announced that federal law enforcement is looking into what happened.
An electrical worker in New Jersey experienced a shocking situation. Literally. New Jersey authorities shared video of a strong storm that caused transformers to blow. The utility worker was attempting to access a line that was believed to be de-energized, but unfortunately that was not the case. The worker immediately ran for his life as the live line made contact with the wet ground and burst into flames. He was not injured.
A close call indeed, and in today's weather history, in 1927, a tornado outbreak struck central Illinois. One tornado in particular struck Springfield and continued onward for 65 miles. Now, portions of this tornado were rated F4, and a total of 21 people were killed during the outbreak. And just ahead, the glass-shattering record being set by a NASA astronaut.
That's ahead in your space news after your Weather Now.
Degrees on your Friday morning. 8:04, you're taking a live look at the Scramble Light. Meanwhile, we're back inside the Ball State Weather Center for one final time, and it is a bittersweet one. Yeah, we'll have some fun, just a little bit.
Okay. Fun, a little bit of maybe some tears.
Maybe some tears, I don't know. Meanwhile, it's one for the record books. NASA says astronaut Christina Koch will set a new record for longest single space flight in women's history. She's been on the International Space Station since March 14th. Now, this is her first space flight. Most astronauts typically stay on the ISS for 6 months, but they say she will stay in the stars until next February. That will be 328 days. Now, NASA says her mission will end in 12 days short of beating the record of astronaut Scott Kelly. So just short of that.
Just short of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if she'll see any asteroids while she's up there in space, but while Earth's weather might be easy to see, space weather is not. But researchers say they have a way of seeing and preparing for asteroids. Scientists in Pasadena have proposed using telescopes to look for an asteroid's heat signature. The asteroid gives off that signature as it moves through space. They say this would allow for studying the asteroid, and this is the first step to stopping an asteroid strike.
Also this morning, as spring-like weather comes around, it is definitely time for fun. One way to celebrate is to celebrate National Park Week. The National Park Service says it will waive all entrance fees to kick off the week. This means free admission to more than 400 National Park Service sites. Now, the waiver doesn't cover user fees like camping, transportation, and special tours. This year, the National Park Week will run from April 20th through the 28th. Now, several theme days will help mark the event, including Veterans Recognition Day on the 21st and Bark Ranger Day for pets on the 27th. Bark, bark. And for special events or park names, go to www.nps.gov. I don't know where that came from. Meanwhile, we're tracking some severe storms, and we've got Tyler over at the Weather Wall. Good morning, Tyler.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, we actually are tracking some severe weather. For the majority of the day, that severe consistent throughout. As you look here on the we're actually dry for the majority of the United States, but if you take a look, this is the cold front that's actually producing that severe weather down south. And here we actually has a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado watch out for the majority of southern Georgia and into the northern part. And as we go into precision cast, we're actually going to time this out. This is actually going to bring pretty significant severe weather for the majority of the East Coast into South Carolina, North Carolina, as well as up into the Virginias and even Washington, D.C. So 4 o'clock, the going home traffic, South Carolina and North Carolina, you can start seeing that line push its way over into the central part of the state. And then the evening, going into the night hours, this is actually going to be the most dangerous time as that cold front really starts to strengthen and get into the Raleigh area. And into parts of Virginia, into Washington, D.C. around 11 o'clock, and then into even the overnight and into the early morning hours of your Saturday. That's when the line really starts to make its way out. It's around 2:30. So this could be an overnight system that's going to be tracking, and it's actually going to be bringing some pretty strong severe weather. This actually does make its way off to Saturday into early Saturday, but it's going to be majority of tonight into early morning on Saturday. And that's why the SP actually issued that moderate risk. And that moderate risk is actually a level 4 out of 5 for that severe weather. And these are the threat levels that we're going to be issuing. So tornado is not the main case why they issued it. It's actually a level 2. But those damaging winds are actually the strongest level of those winds, as those winds could be seen up to almost 80 miles per hour out ahead of that cold front. But here, once that cold front makes its way out into overnight, that is going to be bringing some cooler temperatures indicated. But for today's highs, you can actually see the cold front. This is going to make its way more eastward, and we actually see those temperatures into the mid-50s for the majority of the East Coast. So guys, the severe weather is going to be very prominent for today, and then it makes its way out of the area for tonight and into tomorrow.
Tyler, thank you so much. Now, in just a moment, a popular horror flick is coming back to the big screen in a new way. We'll tell you what film next.
Yeah, and Goose Tips, Alicia Barnarcher will join us. I don't know, have you been attacked by a goose on campus?
No, but I am terrified.
Well, I've heard of some, and we'll talk about that coming up right after your weather now.
Welcome back. It's currently 8:10 and you're taking a live look outside at the scramble light. Now I know there's not a lot of action out there right now, but as the day goes on, there'll be students because it's almost Easter.
Yeah.
And with Easter comes desserts, but actually if you might need to check your pantry for a certain type of cookie, right Katie?
Yeah, get a load of this. So Tuesday, Mondelez Global recalled 13-ounce packages of Chewy Chips Ahoy cookies due to an unexpected solidified ingredient.
Ew.
The company is saying, yeah, ew, right. The company is saying that cornstarch may be the cause of the problem. The cornstarch in their mixing procedure was not properly incorporated and had caused the ingredient to solidify. The announcement has led to several reports of adverse health effects, including gagging, choking, and dental injury, leading to the voluntary recall. However, no other Chips Ahoy products have been affected by the recall.
So just the
Thank
Chewy.
goodness.
So
because
just the Chewy.
Yes, just the
Okay.
Chewy. The other day I had a regular Chips Ahoy, so
Okay, good.
really glad
Nothing
I'm
like
not
biting into a cookie and you're like, wow, I can't chew, and then like you have no tooth. So
to take a bite of the Chewy Chips Ahoy, head to the dentist. Gotta do.
anyway.
Hey, you don't know if that's going to happen or not. But anyway, moving on, time to play. A remake of the 1988 film Chucky has been announced. Child's Play is said to be released on June 21st of this year. The trailer surfaced earlier this week with the red-haired doll as the spine-chilling killer we all know and some of us love. Do either of you love him?
Oh yeah.
Any three of you love him? No? Nobody? Neither do I.
I just don't like this movie.
It's scary.
It is scary.
But anyway, the film will star Aubrey Plaza, Mark Hamill, Brian Tyree Henry, and Gabriel Bateman.
Now Aubrey Plaza, she's one that's usually in like nice, lighthearted.
She's in Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
isn't
she's in
she?
Parks and Rec.
I mean,
That doesn't fit her at all.
but
Just
you know
kidding.
what?
She might be great at it.
I'm sure it'll be good.
She's probably awesome.
She's a great actress. So, anyway, last up today, we've got some music news in Nashville. Kelsey Ballerini was inducted into the Grand Ole Opry Tuesday night. The young artist has been on the rise since her first album in 2015. She joins the family of country musicians, with Carrie Underwood inducting her, a tearful speech, and a live performance at the end.
Well, good for her.
Look at that dress.
And to be honored by Carrie Underwood,
One of the best.
one of the
One
best.
of the greatest.
I would just
if
melt.
not one of the the best
Yep.
to ever do it.
I mean, I
I don't know. I don't know anything about country music.
I love country music.
At
I
least they
listen-
don't sound like the geese honking on campus.
Right,
I mean,
right.
At least they have beautiful voices. But guys, have you heard the geese just all over campus?
They're bad.
It has been awful. But did you also hear about that goose attack in Fishers?
Actually,
Yes.
one of my
Walmart,
professors was talking about that. She goes to that Walmart that it happened at. So
wow.
yeah.
Well, the question is, why have these geese become more aggressive? And the answer is, it is the peak of nesting season. So that means goose are becoming more territorial to the spaces that they're at. They're trying to protect their nest and save a safe space to make their nest. So guys, what happens if you run into a goose that thinks you're a threat? Here are some tips from the Department of Natural Resources. You want to make eye contact with them. You actually do not want to avoid eye contact with them, and never turn your back or shoulders on them. And it's recommended do not squint your eyes at them. They'll think you're a threat, actually. And if a goose begins to charge at you, you just need to slowly back away. Use your peripheral vision to make sure you do not fall backwards, because most injuries from a goose attack, it's actually from people falling while running away
I can
from
see
them.
that.
I've been doing it all wrong.
And
see that.
do not
You're
cower
like,
away,
I've
guys.
been doing it all wrong.
Don't
You
look
need to
them in
go
the
in there
eye, but you need
confidently.
to.
Go right around.
What about crying? Does crying lead to goose attacks
Crying
or
will
repellent?
potentially lead to a goose attack. And the Department of Natural Resources says people who have been attacked previously, they're more likely to get attacked again. So,
Repeat offenders.
and guys, it is a federal offense to physically disturb a Canadian geese nest. So
Well, I
we
think
need
it
to
should be a
make
federal
sure-
offense for them to plant a nest on my campus.
Are there
Yes.
are there any other types of geese other than Canadian geese?
There are other types of geese, but I do not know them because I'm not a geese expert. I know about
Geese
protecting
aficionado.
yourself from geese. Well, here in the Ball State community, we know there's a whole bunch of geese around here, and you can follow Ball_State_honkers, and they're actually keeping track of the nest around campus. They want to make sure that these geese, their nests are staying protected.
Oh, of
so
course.
if you want to give them a follow, they're on Instagram and see what's up with the geese on campus.
Actually, that's actually kind of a great. I know
Is
we're
there-
laughing, but that's a good resource.
Is there a live feed of these geese of where they are on campus?
No,
Are they GPS
so-
tracked?
They're usually
Ooh, that's a good app. Digital Core, if you're watching, just maybe make that an app.
a geese app. make sure where the nests are, but they actually just keep track. They have students submit photos through their DMs and they post them. They're like, hey, be careful, there's an aggressive geese here or there's a nest there. We want to make sure that we protect them.
So now I know where to avoid on campus. We're just going to do a little swerve around that whole Neuer area and just stick to McKinley.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Alicia, very much for those tips.
Yes.
And in just a moment, we'll have your full forecast from Morgan Strackbine.
That's after your weather now. Welcome back. 8:16 right now, and you're taking a live look outside at the Scramble Light.
Beautiful.
Well, some sad news to report here today. More than 100 people are dead in India and Pakistan after a series of powerful storms. They produced damaging hail, strong winds, lightning, and heavy rain. According to local media, at least 64 people died during the severe thunderstorms in India. The city of Rajasthan was the worst hit as 24 people were killed there. Homes were damaged, power lines were knocked down, and trees were uprooted in those storms. Now, crops also took a heavy hit as hail and rain destroyed them. The Indian Prime Minister says all possible assistance will be given to those affected.
And the March climate report is in, and NOAA says it was the second hottest March on record. Only March of 2016 was hotter. NOAA also says the first quarter of 2019 was the third warmest on record. Now, it's worth noting, although March was the second warmest on record, most of the United States experienced a cooler than normal March. In addition to warmer temperatures worldwide, Arctic sea ice coverage was down by 6%. Also, Arctic sea ice coverage was down by 22%.
Wow, so I know even this week the weather's been, I have shorts
It's
and then I have a coat today.
Well, exactly, because it was very nice up until about Thursday, and then we started to get some rain, and that brought some cooler temperatures in. Morgan Strackbine, hopefully you have some good news for us.
Yes, thank you, Tanner and Michelle. And I know this is what spring is all about. We're in that transition season, so we're going to get days where it's nice and warm, and then we're going to get days like today where it's starting to get a lot cooler. Now we're going to take a look at this current radar shot as we've had rain and showers move out of the area as a cold front has made its impact. We're going to zoom in just a little bit into our local area, and we're just seeing those showers start to really move out. So should be dry for this morning, but definitely don't leave those rain jackets and umbrellas at home because you might want to need them. Now, currently, we are experiencing some gray conditions. That current temperature is at 44 degrees. We got that north wind. It's definitely bringing in some cooler air, 13 miles per hour. So that feels like temperature is definitely in effect in the upper 30s. So definitely cooler. You're going to want those jackets out this morning. Now let's take a look at this precision cast as we will have showers moving throughout the rest of the morning, just mainly very scattered chances. And going into that lunch hour, we should just start to see just, on and off showers into the evening hours as well, and start to really clear things out just a little bit into the nighttime, but rain is not going to be leaving for Saturday as well. Now, these forecasted highs for today, definitely a lot cooler than we've been experiencing for the past couple of days, but like I said, transition season, this is normal for us. We are going to be at about 47 here in Muncie, 47 also in our state capital, 46 over in Terre Haute, 51 over in Champaign, a little bit warmer over there, but we should see a rebound coming up later this week as well. Now tonight, showers are going to be likely. We're going to be dropping down to the upper 30s, definitely cooler. That northeast wind will shift a little bit, but we're going to be speeding up because we do have a breezy day set for Saturday. Those winds are going to be at 15 to 25 miles per hour. We're going to keep that rain chance at about 60% as those scattered showers are moving out. Now, for your weekend, like I said, showers are going to continue on Saturday. They're going to be mainly scattered. I'll time that out in just a second. High of 47 still pretty cold, but like I said, we're going to rebound, so do not fret. Those winds are going to remain pretty breezy from the north, 15 to 20 miles per hour. Now for Sunday, we have Easter, and it's going to rebound quite nicely. We're going to have mostly sunny conditions. That high is going to be at 66 degrees. And it'll be a very nice day for Easter, so definitely something to look forward to after the cold. Now, I will time this out for you for Saturday. We're going to have a lot of more widespread showers in the morning. It's going to become more scattered in the afternoon, and then we will be clearing things out Saturday night, and definitely clouds will gradually be clearing overnight into Sunday, where we do have a nice day planned. Now again, Sunday for your Easter, high 66, mostly sunny skies. 73 returns on Monday with partly cloudy conditions. And then Tuesday, we have our next chance for rain, 40% there, and a high of 70. And then for the rest of your week, we're looking fairly dry, and the sun should be coming back out towards the end of the week. But those temperatures are going to be nice and up there, definitely mild. I'm looking forward to that.
Big fan of those temperatures.
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Morgan. Just ahead, we're going to take a look at our year in review.
And some final words from our graduating seniors. I know it's almost the end of the show. I'm sad. But first, after your weather now. Uh, 42 degrees on your Friday morning. It is 8:22 as you head out the door. Make sure to grab that light jacket. Now, as we've mentioned several times this morning, it is our last show of the semester.
And all of our
last
show.
Darn it. Well, it's time to take a look back at some of the memorable moments from this year.
From Ball State Unified Media, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, live from the Ball State Weather Center.
Hi there, good Friday morning to you. And good Friday morning to you.
Good Friday morning to you.
Good Friday morning to you.
You're waking up with Cardinal Weather.
Hurricane Florence is actually making landfall near Wrightsville Beach. More than 100,000 people are without power this morning. The storm is massive, covering almost 2 states.
Gabe and Morgan, why do we see this transition between a Category 1 and 2 hurricane as this has approached?
We have the friction of the land as the storm gets over the land. There's more friction slowing it down. But we saw it storm weekend a little bit earlier than we originally were thinking.
And we want to get right to the wintry system that left much of east central Indiana under a sheet of ice yesterday. Hundreds of people left without power, and some classes were canceled here at Ball State.
Here's a look at the current outage map. Indiana Michigan Power says that more than 4,000 people lost power from the storm. The city of Muncie has opened City Hall and all 7 fire stations as warming centers for those without power.
Many Midwest universities closed, including Ball State, the first time the university has canceled classes since 2014.
Here's a look at some of those snow totals. We picked up 4 inches, a little over that in Anderson, around 4 inches here at Ball State as well. 3 inches, a little bit further to the north and south. So in that 2 to 4 inch range.
We're talking winter weather preparedness this morning, and it's been this entire week that we're trying to raise awareness.
I do a lot of research on winter weather and how people cope with it. So for example, a few years ago I did a study in upstate New York, and I found that during winter weather there tend to be more trucks on the road relative to cars.
We have Newsweek Indiana's Josh Shelton with us talking everything Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're excited because we have the big game. It's literally just 2 days away.
Yeah. Is it going to be the young gunslinger Jared Goff, or will it be tried and true Tom Brady? I mean, as much as people here in Indiana don't like to talk about Tom Brady, it's a he who shall not be named.
Yeah.
he's a good quarterback, so you gotta respect the game there.
And Tanner, we've got a fun morning in store. We've got all 3 SGA slates.
I am with Aaron Byrne, the secretarial candidate with Empower.
We're talking about spring break destinations here. I'm here with SGA Slate United this morning.
I'm here now with Elevate as we are actually making some peanut butter energy balls.
If you know him, you'll probably never hear the end of his passion for racing, but that's not the only passion he has. Now he loves storytelling.
Yeah, if you haven't guessed it already, we're talking about former Cardinal Weather co-host Emerson Lehman. He is giving a speech as a part of this weekend's TEDx Talk. Emerson, good morning to you. We're happy that you're back.
I know you're very passionate about racing and storytelling. How are you tying the two together?
Yeah, so I don't think a lot of people realize how much actually racing and storytelling have in common, and I really didn't realize it either until I started crafting the speech. But you know, journalists, they have to be so fast and on their toes and quick thinking, and a lot of that comes into racing as well. You always have to be, you know, your head on a swivel, making sure everything's going well.
Still, that fog is making some trouble for your morning commute. Yeah. Several delays this morning. Let's send it over to Joe and get your check of the weather, Joe.
Nope, we're not sending it to Joe. Hey! A little bit of fog this morning that we're dealing with. And as we bring it back here into the studio, are we going to? No, we're not going to Joe. We're actually taking a look at weather history. We're going to keep giving Tanner a hard time. We won't let him live this down.
Back now at 8:13, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather. It is time to take a look at those flu epidemics. CNN reporter.
Hey there. Let's move on now to Gabe with another check of that weather.
Yeah, hey there, everyone, this morning. Good morning out there. Got to poke a little bit of fun at Tyler this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for waking up with us on the special homecoming edition live from Truman Stadium. Go.
No, but no, I'm just like more of a water kind of guy
smart.
first thing in the morning.
I don't know, probably.
Yeah, I'm not. All right, I don't know if we're still on camera because our screens just went black.
But breaking down the science is next.
But first we have your weather now.
A brisk 18 degrees outside. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being with us. I'm Tanner Holbrook.
And I'm Tyler Brumman. And Peyton, it looks like somebody didn't get the beige memo at all.
No, someone didn't get the lights memo.
Well, I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
In my defense, Peyton put those on last minute.
Okay,
so.
I did, but it's lit.
But I do like this suit coat. It's nice.
Yeah, we have what I would like to call the showdown of the century.
No, we're number one right here.
Yeah.
Nope, over here. Decorating contest. So I guess without further ado, let this begin. Now I don't know what you're gonna do, but I've already started to get a head start.
I got some. Hey, whoa, shake on it.
Oh.
Good luck.
Can I ask what this one is?
It's a storm cloud.
That
with
does
rain.
not look like a storm cloud.
Okay.
We do win best dressed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Good Friday morning to you. You are waking up with Cardinal Weather. I'm Tyler Brumman, and I'm going to turn to my left and reference the best movie of all time, Anchorman. You're not Tanner Holbrook. And where's Tanner? My co-anchor, not here in studio for a second show in a row. The big question, is he on vacation?
Tanner Holbrook actually on Skype with us this morning. Good morning, Tanner.
Good morning, guys. I'm joining you live from Interstate 69 this morning. Not at the show. How are you guys this morning?
We're doing good. How are you?
Get the coffee ready and open up those eyes. You're waking up with a special edition of Cardinal Weather.
That scared us too.
I'm here with nice fact or fiction, and guys, I have 7 questions for you.
All right. Oh, he's got no cards.
You're all official like Bob Barker up in here.
Oh, you're gonna love it. Which continent sees the most lightning strikes per year?
Whoa.
What are the continents? North America, South America. Going east, you'll find Europe and Asia, Africa underneath.
Antarctica.
No. Antarctica's all the way down south. What are you talking about?
By the way, I like your turtleneck.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can thank our EP for getting that for like little Secret Santa. Back on August 24th, 2016, a tornado touched down and caused massive amounts of damage in what north-central Indiana city?
Muncie.
No,
of course not.
Was it?
That was last year.
North Central. So
North
that's
Central.
like that's not East Central.
Wait, where was this?
Okay, I'll give you hints. North Indianapolis, south of Fort Wayne.
Well, that doesn't help at all.
And Marion.
No.
I'm just gonna.
I don't know.
They have
geography.
an IU campus there.
Oh, Bloomington.
No.
That's south
Is
of
Bloomington?
IU.
Wait, no,
Indianapolis.
In the mid-30s, which is just about average for this time of year.
Yeah, definitely love those temperatures. Yeah.
It is.
All right. And Gabe, you're definitely going to want to pay attention to this one. Just ahead, we are breaking down the science of love.
Yeah, that is with the love doctor himself.
Good morning, Tyler and Tanner. I do appreciate you calling me the love doctor, even though I'm single right now, but that still doesn't mean I can't be the love doctor. But today we're going to be breaking down the science of what is love, by going into what makes us feel attracted to one another. It's 3 chemicals: dopamine, serotonin, and adrenaline.
Oh my
What is
God,
happening this
Jordan,
morning?
no.
That was one of the most interesting breaking down the science.
Definitely.
I don't know if we can top that one now.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the 7-day forecast, Jordan already used up my word, aggressively average. That's what our executive producer described for this upcoming week.
To quote our executive producer, Liz Stefchek, what is this show anymore?
I don't know. Yeah. Well, you know, we've had the love doctor, we've had couples yoga.
Yeah.
The love is in the air.
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives, where we're gonna be when we turn 25. I keep thinking times will never change. Keep on thinking things will always be the same. When we leave this year, we won't be coming back. No more hanging out 'cause we're on a different track. And if you got something that you need to say, you better say it right now 'cause you don't have another day. 'Cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound. And I keep thinking of that night in June. I didn't know much of love, but it came too soon. And it was me and you, and then we got real blue. Stay at home talking on the telephone, and we would get so excited and we'd get so scared, laughing at ourselves, thinking life's not fair. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together.
I was like, I feel like we're at a wake. No, I loved how everyone's picture was normal, and then mine was like, oh, 3 years ago? Sounds about right.
Very first.
Yeah.
Well, you were really
Cardinal Weather OG
instrumental in
over here.
starting the
Oh, stop
show,
it,
and
no.
like yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? This is the last time any of us, anyone from the original cast, will be on the air.
How
Oh,
sad.
Yeah, I
that's
know.
true.
Isn't that insane? To think about 3 years has gone by so quickly.
It's sad. Time flies, I guess, though, when you're having fun.
I
Because at
guess.
Ball State, we fly.
All right, and no, just kidding. Morgan Stragmine's here to give us one final check of that weather. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, guys. And yes, last check ever. We are going to be experiencing some rain showers throughout the rest of today and tomorrow, and then we're going to be drying things out nice for your Easter, a high 66 and mostly sunny. We're going to go back into the 70s for the start of the work week, and return of some rain chances for Tuesday, but mainly dry for next week and mild temperatures, and I'm very excited about that. So it should be a nice week for next week. So yeah, but that's it. Final weather for me.
Well, there you go. Oh, this is sad.
It is.
Does the show have to end? So I'm
Closing
just
the
going to
book.
keep us on air.
Keep
No,
us on
just
air
kidding.
forever.
All right.
Never leaving.
Well,
Yeah.
for the final time for all of us, that's all for Cardinal Weather for this Friday morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great rest of your Friday and a fantastic weekend.